All right. Good morning, good afternoon, and for Angelique in Germany, good evening. I want to welcome everybody to today's training call. This will be my last Saturday training call in this format. I will be supporting Cece, who will be taking over this time slot once a week to kind of coach and help people. Cece is one of the best trainers I've ever had the privilege of working with. And she's been doing a global power hour every weekday, a couple times a day. And we're going to really streamline our system. I had a very good conversation with Duncan on Monday of this week. And we really identified a few things that we think are going to help all of you have success in this business. There is so many tools. There's so much to know. Even though it's a very simple business, there's just a lot there. And so what we've done is we've really fine-tuned our system to just a few critical things we believe if you will implement them in your business, you can and will be successful. Now, it's not going to happen overnight. It takes time, but we will put a system in place that will help you develop and grow. So I'm going to share with you today the 3 things we've identified that if you can teach your new people to do these 3 things, you will be successful. So number 1, and this is not one of 3 things, this is just kind of a basic core item. You need to do at least 100 business volume every 29 days. Now, if you want to be on the same day of the week, you do 28 days, but you want to be either 28 or 29 days, you do a minimum of 100 BV. That's really, really important because if you're doing that, that locks in your volume and it can result in some great bonuses even down the road when you become an active consultant. So that's kind of a basic that I'm not adding this 1 of 3, but you got to know that you need to do 100 BV every 28 or 29 days. Now, really, it could be every 30 days, but by doing it 28, 29 days, you get credit for your own volume towards your cycle bonuses. So there's a real advantage to doing it 28 or 29 days. If you order during the month, a special order, like right now we got a banana bread, whole blend, plant-based shakes. They are awesome. And there's still some available at the time of this recording. So if you order during the week and then you want to push your lifestyle rewards out another 28, 29 days, that's fine. As long as you're doing that minimum of 100 business volume every 20 to 29 days, you're locking in your volume, you're staying active, and that's a real key. So I just consider that a basic. I don't even include the other 3 things you need to do. Okay, so what are the 3 things? Number 1, what I'm going to start as of this moment forward, every new person I start, the first thing they're going to do after they've enrolled is download the Isolife app. I think that Isolife app is the best tool I've ever seen for being a customer and being able to manage my customer experience. And so I'm going to just direct all my new people, customers, if they have shown interest in being a builder or not, I'm going to direct all of them to immediately install the Isolife app on their mobile device. Once they've done that, the next step I'm going to advise them to do, and again, they're looking for you, the coach, to help them know what to do. So you just kind of guide them along what to do. The next thing I'm going to teach them to do is how to set up and adjust their monthly lifestyle rewards order, how to place an order using the Isolife app. Just going to teach them a couple of the basics. But the main thing I want to accomplish while I'm in there is I want them to register for the Isabody Challenge. It has shocked me over the last couple of weeks as we've started to really promote that more and more, how many people don't take advantage of the Isabody Challenge. And I think part of the reason is they think they have to be competing for the grand prize. They're like, I'm not going to work out that hard. I'm not going to have that great of a transformation. I'm not interested. Or they see these beautiful men and women in, short shorts and, bathing suits are like, nah, not interested in that. I'm happy to be transforming my body, but the whole world doesn't need to see that. You could take a picture fully clothed. You don't have to take a picture revealing any skin at all, maybe your arms, or wear long sleeves. They really don't care. I was at a national convention a couple of years ago, and literally they were promoting the Isabody Challenge. You go in and they literally take a picture of you fully clothed. And so I'm just telling you, there really should be no objection. So in the Isabody Challenge, you take a before picture. You do a little bit more than 100 BV per 30 days. So over the course of time, I think it's correct me if I'm wrong here, I think it's 14 weeks is the amount of the contest. And during that time, you have to do a minimum of 500 BV. And then at the end of the event, you have to submit your after pictures. And again, don't have to be in bathing suit or anything, you just whatever. A before, a minimum amount of BV, and an after picture at the end. And the IceLife app will allow you to do all that right there. You can also do the Ice Body Challenge in your Isagenix back office. But it's so, so important, because when somebody plugs into that community, they get additional support, and it's not all about you. They start to experience all the support and love that's available in the Ice Body family. So that's step one. Would everybody just put in the chat box or raise your hand and wave? I'd rather put in the chat box so I can see it later when I go back and review my chats. But can everybody do step one? You can personally download the IceLife app if you haven't already. You can teach others that you enroll as customers how to install the IceLife app. And you can walk them through those basic things on the IceLife app. You know, how to place an order, how to adjust their lifestyle awards, and how to set up the Ice Body Challenge. Now, there is more in the IceLife app, and people are going to curiously, naturally gravitate to learn more about it. But any question they have about the product, any objections, it's all in the IceLife app. It's an amazing app. And so I'm not worried about teaching them everything in the IceLife app immediately, just those few things. But I also want to just plant the seed that, hey, if you have any questions or you need support, there's a lot of support in the IceLife app. So that's number one. Hopefully, all of you have checked that you can do that. Because that's my goal today. I want you to walk away from this training knowing beyond a shadow of a doubt that you can do this. And then that you will do this. Okay, the second step, the second thing that we need is a way to organize and share this message with other people. And really what's put all this together and allowed us to simplify our system so much is this new Penny app that the company has released. Now, it's a third-party company that developed this Penny app, but Isagenix has fully embraced it. And it is by far the best tool I've ever seen in my 20 plus years in network marketing or in business in general. It is a phenomenal app. Literally, if you had sat down and said, you know, what would you like an app to do to help you build your business? This is it. This is everything you'd want it to do. It's amazing. So as someone goes from just wanting to be a customer, which we all know we love our customers, all customers are going to get the IceLife app. But once somebody goes from that to wanting to build a business, the next step is to get them to install the Penny app and then on their computer, sync that with Facebook and Instagram if they have those two social media conduits. And then if they choose to upgrade to the pro version of the Penny app, which I highly recommend, I think it's like $12 a month. It's well worth it, I promise you. Then you can also sync your LinkedIn contacts into the app. On your mobile device, you can log into the Penny app and you can upload all your phone contacts from your mobile device into this Penny app. So you've got Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and all your phone contacts in one place. That alone is priceless. You know, all your contacts in one place. But then the Penny app is so much more than that. It literally has all the tools that you could possibly want, and the company's constantly upgrading what's available. They had a training last Saturday. Hopefully, a lot of you were on that. The company provided that training last Saturday, and a lady taught on the Penny app. And then the scripts that she used and developed, the company put into the Penny app, so we all have access to those scripts. Now, you want to make them your own and fine-tune a little bit, but they're right there for you. Also, tons of videos, PDFs, marketing tools are in the Penny app. So you don't have to figure out where is that tool, where do I find that, how do I find that? And those of us that have been in Isagenix for a while, we've gotten pretty good. We know where to go, but a brand new person's like, I don't remember where to go for the tools. It's all in your Penny app. It's amazing. What I like about the Penny app is multiple things, but you can go at your own pace. There's a beginner, an intermediate, and an advanced. So they feed you a certain amount of prospects to contact based on what you set your app for. So what I'm going to teach my new builder is I'm going to find out what their goals are. And then based on their goals and how much time they have to invest, we're going to set their app at that pace and then get them into a small accountability group where they can encourage one another, because the hardest thing is to start a new habit. You know, to do this for 21 days in a row, and I'm recommending everybody do it for 90 days. Start November 1st and go for 90 days straight. And whether it's 5 reach outs for prospects a day, or the middle grade, or the top, which is 25, whatever it is, just commit to do that. Get in a triad group. What's a triad group? It's what Patty Sapay teaches. Again, you and a couple other people that will be accountability partners. You'll practice together. You'll learn how to use these tools together. You'll encourage one another. You'll hold each other accountable. And so if that's of interest to you, you just need to let one of us leaders know, and then we will do our best to connect you with like-minded people that you will connect with. Powerful, that triad that Patty Sapay teaches. And so we do that with the Penny app. And then for 90 days, November 1st, all the way through, even during the holidays, do the slow pace, Christmas Eve, Christmas, spend time with family by all means, but just do a little bit every day, because it's a cumulative effect that takes place. What I've seen through my years in network marketing is people will get excited after a good training or a big event, and they'll go like gangbusters for a very short period of time, and then life will get in the way. And then the next thing they know, it's time for the next event, and oh yeah, I'm really gonna do it this time. And wow, the cycle continues over and over again. The difference between those who are very, very successful and those that never succeed is that up and down of activity and belief. So I'm encouraging everybody who's listening to this training, for those of you that want to build a business, obviously if you just want to be a customer, I'm kind of wondering why you're on here, but for those of you that want to build a business, commit to install a Penny app. Go ahead and upgrade to the Pro for 90 days. That way you can bring in your LinkedIn contacts if you have them. If you don't have a lot of phone contacts or Facebook contacts or Instagram contacts or LinkedIn contacts, you're at a disadvantage. Let's just be honest, okay? But you're not at a disqualifying disadvantage, you're just at a disadvantage. So what you need to do is you need to make sure you're on every Saturday call that Cece's leading, that Power Hour, because she will help you to even understand how to add to your list. That's one of the things we'll do on that Saturday call. All right, so those are 2 important steps. Install the Penny app, upgrade to the Pro. It's $12 a month. Do it for 90 days. Do it for 90 days. It's $12 3 times. I promise you the Pro version is worth it. There's so much more in the Pro version that makes it worth it. The Penny app is also a great way to provide customer service to your customers, which we'll talk more about in training and stuff later. But right now I'm focused on the prospecting piece of the Penny app. You've got reach outs and you got follow-ups. So after you contact someone that the Penny app has recommended you contact, you then have the ability to follow up with them and choose when you follow up with them. So it's kind of like a contact manager in the Penny app. Now I have used Google Calendar for my follow-up, my contact management system for years and years, at least 10 years, probably 20. No, not 20, but a long time, at least 10. And so in my Google Calendar, when I'm talking to somebody, a prospect or whatever, I'll make an event with their name and their information, and I'll set a follow-up date, and I've used that all this time. So I'm still using that because I've used it so long, it's just habit. But I'm now able to use the Penny app that does the follow-up for me. It literally takes someone from a reach out, that first contact, and then moves them to a follow-up. So every day, the Penny app is providing me with recommended people to reach out to, prospects, and recommended people to follow up with that I've either put in the system or they have identified that need to be followed up. Amazing. So again, I like some interaction here. If you would put in the chat box, just yes, I'm willing to learn how to use this Penny app. Yes, I'm already using it. But the key here is it's one of the 2 fundamental things we're going to be teaching on our team on a constant, regular basis. So far we've got installing and learning to use and teach people how to use the IceLife app, making sure through that app they're registered for the Ice Buy Challenge. You can also do that in your back office of Isagenix. And then secondly is the Penny app. If you've been dragging your feet and we've been promoting this for a little while now, and you're like, oh, I don't like apps or whatever your excuse is, just commit for 90 days that you'll plug in and you'll learn how to use it. And I see Cece on here. I know my wife, Diane, my daughter, Jessica, myself, the 4 of us, I know how to use this app. We'll help you. We'll point you to the right tutorials and it'll teach you. Every single person that I've convinced to at least look at and try this Penny app has come back to me with awe at how great this app is. So that's 2 things. If you're still with me and you feel you can do those 2 things, put yes, I can down in the chat box. And I'm going to go back and look at the chat later. I'm not looking at it right now. I'm just totally focused on helping you understand these 3 basic principles that I believe if you do them, over the next 90 days from November 1st through November, through December, and through January. By the way, those are the peak season. It's a peak 90 days for our business anyway. But if you really apply yourself, you will lay the foundation for what I'm going to share here at the end of our training. All right, the third step is our 7-step system. Now, I believe back in March or April when I first started working with Duncan Driscoll, God gave me a download of this 7-step system, and it's still there. It still works. The only difference is in step 1, we're going to have the traditional way of building your list, which is old school, which still works. And then we're going to add the Penny app as a way to do that. The contacting, we're going to add the Penny app in step 2 when you're reaching out and making these contacts. All the tools are in the Penny app. The third step is a presentation. This is one of the things we're going to change. We're not going to try to do 5, 6 live presentations a week anymore. We're going to really hone in on 2 nights a week. Monday night is going to be for you, the associates, people that want to make money. Wednesday is going to be for prospects. Both calls are going to start much earlier than we're used to. They're both going to start at 5:30 p.m. Eastern. Now, if that time doesn't work for you, for whatever reason, we are going to record these Monday and Wednesday. We'll post them in the ISA World Facebook group, where I hope you're part of. We'll also post them on teamofhope.com. If somebody would type those 2 things, the links in the chat box so everybody has them, that'd be great. But those are the places we'll post the recordings to where you have access to those 2 recordings and you can use them. The Wednesday night presentation will also be available constantly on the Team of Hope, not only in the archives, but in the system itself. It will be step 3 of the system because Wednesday night is for prospects. Now, here's the key. If you decide that you want to do this for 90 days, make a commitment to be on those 2 calls. We're going to keep both of them at about 30 minutes. The Monday might go a little longer, and I'll tell you why in a minute, but we're going to keep that Wednesday prospecting call to 30 minutes or less. Duncan and I, and hopefully Cece will be on as many as she can, but I know Duncan and I are going to be on just about everyone because that earlier time allows me to be on there. It does not conflict with my son preaching at youth at church. So the earlier time allows me to be a part of this with Duncan. On that Wednesday call, it's going to be geared to your prospects. It's almost going to be like a fireside chat. It's going to be more of meeting the needs of the guests you bring. So it's almost going to be like a powerful 3-way call with me and Duncan and sometimes Cece. So it's going to be very, very powerful for you to bring guests to. I know this last Wednesday we had a couple of guests and it worked out fantastic. We'll have a few great testimonies of transformation and we'll address the needs and concerns of your guests and set them up to be put into the system, which is step 4. All right, so on Wednesdays, it's going to be all about prospects. And we want to encourage everybody to focus on bringing your prospects and your new people to that call. And then you plug into that call. Make it a point that you're going to be there and you're going to be encouraging in chat. You're going to have your camera on and you're paying attention. If you have your camera on, please don't be doing other things and snoring and stuff. Pay attention like it's your first call because the prospect on there, believe it or not, they're watching how other people are paying attention and interacting. There's a community effect. So when you bring a guest, you want everybody to be on the game. So when other people bring guests, you be there to support them. So that's 30 minutes a week we're asking you to invest on Wednesdays to plug in and promote it to your new people and guests. Now, am I saying wait, just once a week bring guests? No. The 7-step system will have a presentation just like the Wednesday call in it that you can use the recording. But there's something about a live call that's special because we'll be interacting with your guests. So get your new people there, get your prospects to the Wednesday call. All this will be spelled out at teamofhope.com. All right. The Saturday training call, we're going to keep the same time slot. We're going to switch the link. So starting next Saturday, it will be Cece's link for her Zoom room, and she'll be the one leading that call on Saturdays at noon Eastern time. That call will be whatever she wants it to be, but I'm telling you, without question, she's one of the best trainers I've ever had the privilege of working with. She is phenomenal. And I learned from her, and I know you will too. So get your new people on that call. Even if you just check in, just make it a point to check in if you can. And if you've got questions, if you need help, that's the place to go on a weekly basis for training. Then on Monday nights, Monday nights is something I'm really, really excited about. I'll be hosting and leading the Monday night with other people will be obviously helping me as guests and things, but it'll be my call. And on that call, Duncan will be on just about every week, Duncan Driscoll, and he's going to help really hone in on the why. Because we believe that if a person really understands their why, they'll figure out the how. The how is, in fact, there's more ways to do the how than what we're going to teach, but we're going to teach one way to do the how to where we can get our team plugged in and do it in a simple way. But he's going to hone in on the why. And it's going to be a couple different things. It's going to be based on freedom and the freedom this opportunity can provide you and your family. It's going to hone in on moving people from the left side of Robert Kiyosaki's quadrant over to the right side where there's financial and time freedom. So the why is going to be powerful. There's also going to be some, I don't want to say negative, but some of the things that are going on in the world we got to be prepared for. He's going to address those issues and explain to you that there is no better plan to protect your family than to have a home-based business like we're involved in. And so why is going to be powerful. And Duncan will cover that. Then I'm going to cover the how. And in the how, I'm going to be teaching every week on these two concepts. And these are two concepts that we want each and every one of you to own. We want you to believe it so much that nobody can steal your why. And they're very simple, actually. It's the power of two. And I'm going to actually draw it on the whiteboard behind me on Monday nights, the power of two for you. I want you to understand that something as simple as you doing 100 BD every 28 or 29 days, and then teaching two people, one on your right and one on your left, you personally enrolled, to do the same, that qualifies you for the cycle bonuses. And the cycle bonuses can result in residual income literally up to $13,500 a week. Now, what's cool about this is it doesn't have to be the perfect, you get two, they get two, those four get two. It doesn't, it won't work that way. You will continually want to be bringing in new customers, and then you just need two of your customers or a combination of customers on the right equal 100 BV, and a combination of those customers you personally on the left doing 100 BV. That simple thing right there qualifies you for the cycle bonuses. And then as you discover people that come into your organization, whether you personally enroll them or whether some of you enroll person enrolls them, how do they get in your organization? When they get in the organization and they decide they want to make money, we'll teach them the same exact things we're teaching you. Number one, the ISOLife app. Number two, the Penny app. Number three, the 7-step system. And then we'll get them on a Monday night training call as associates, and we'll teach them this power of two. Once that goes from your head to your heart, and you understand that for the first time in your life, you've been given a vehicle that can create time and financial freedom for you and those you love, and it's real. This is not some Ponzi scheme where people are spending $200 and you get two people to spend $200 and it all rolls up and blah. No, that's garbage. This is food. This is good nutrition. It's going to help you live a healthier life. You're helping people. If all they do is become a customer, you're blessing them. I get so upset with myself sometimes when I don't want to make that phone call or I don't want to prospect that person. And then I look at my friends like Steve Williamson and hundreds and hundreds of people that I've been able to bless with the gift of Isagenix and transform their bodies, improve their health, improve their quality of life from a physical standpoint. So that's what we're doing here. But when you understand the power of two, it's as simple as plugging those people into the money side of things. And as they get two, and you work that down through level after level, generation after generation, I will put a little plug in here. Most of you probably have international business flowing through your team and you don't even know it. And so I just want to make this plug for those of you listening to this recording and those live. Get with one of us in your upline support team, and we'll let you know if you have international volume going through or not. If you do, you want to go into your back office of Isagenix, and you want to pay the $49 to have an international sponsorship. That way you get credit in your two teams for your cycle bonuses of the international volume. Otherwise, you only get credit for the volume that's in your market. So for those of us in the United States, our market is all the United States, Canada, and Puerto Rico. It's a huge market. But why not have all 26 markets around the world Right now, I think I'm getting paid volume from like 7 different countries around the world. And so I want to encourage you to understand that. Again, minor point, but it could be big someday. So back to the Monday night. The first thing I'm going to teach every week is the power of 2. And I want to make it so simple that you understand what it takes to be a consultant. And that's all it takes to earn the cycle bonuses, an active consultant. And then as an active consultant, what happens when you find someone on your team that duplicates and helps 2 people get started? And again, it could be 10 generations removed from you that you find that person that gets it to the point that they really believe they can do it and they're willing to put in the work to make it happen. And they're not going to quit when they get frustrated or discouraged. They're just going to do it until it happens. It's all of us getting to and teaching a system that teaches everybody to get to. And everybody wins. Everybody's getting good nutritional products, and everybody has the opportunity to plug in to financial and time freedom. All right, so that's the power of 2. The other thing we're going to teach, and it correlates with the power of 2, it's the same thing, but it's a different topic, so we're going to discuss it differently. And that's the magic of 100 BV. The absolute blessing of 100 BV. I like that better than magic. The blessing of 100 BV. When you do 100 BV and your personal people do 100 BV every 28, 29 days, you are setting yourself up as a consultant. You're making yourself eligible for the rank advance, the residual income through cycles. And as you teach everybody the power of that, you create residual income. I have people on my team that literally, they get both sides of their business going, but it's not through their own personal people sometimes. And so maybe they're not even an active consultant, but they got both teams growing. And then eventually they get the one on the right, one on the left that's personal by them, and it makes them an active consultant. And it triggers multiple cycles. Because as long as you are doing that 100 minimum BV every 30 days, and we always teach 28 or 29, your volume does not flush. That's very, very powerful. So I just want to encourage you to take the time to understand these 2 things. Now, if I can do anything today and over the next 90 days, what I want to help you do, and every Monday night I'm going to do this because I want it to become ingrained in your inner being, the power of 2 and the power of 100 BV. When you really understand that at not a mental level, but in your heart, you really understand you're helping people and what you can do for people, what you do for yourself and your family, there'll be no stopping any of us. And so with all confidence, I can say whether you've had any success at all or whether you're just getting started, if you'll do these 3 things and teach your people to do these 3 things, number 1, the Ice Life app, and in the Ice Life app, the Ice Body Challenge. Number 2, the Penny app. Load it up. If you need help with that, get on the Saturday trains and CC will help you learn how to make new contacts through social media. There's lots of ways to do it. We can help you do that if you have to, but hopefully you've got some contacts so you can start to then go through the 7 steps, which is the third part, the 7 steps of exposing people to this incredible product and this incredible opportunity. And every Monday night, I'll be doing a training. It'll be 5:30 p.m. Eastern time on my Zoom meeting. And in that training, Duncan and or CC will cover the why, and then I'll cover the how, and I will cover in detail the power of 2 and the blessing of 100 BV. And then on Wednesdays, every week, we'll address that weekly with prospects. And because we're going to focus on it once a week, I'm hoping a lot of you will participate on a weekly basis, and we'll have guests every week, and that call will start to grow and expand and be very, very special on a weekly basis. And every Saturday at noon Eastern time, CC will do a training. And in that training, we'll either plug into the company's training that day, or she will give her own personal training. So that's it. I believe with all my heart that every single one of us can do this. 100 BV, my goodness, if you've been in Isagenix at any time at all and experienced the products, how can you only do 100 BV? I mean, it's just amazing. These products are phenomenal. And then to understand that by building these 2 teams, whether you've got spillover or not, if it's just you, just helping people understand these 2 concepts and how they can set them free financially, and not just financially, but also time, to where they can really have an impact that they're meant to have, fulfill your purpose in life. I love the company's statement to have abundant life, there's only one way to have abundant life, and that's through Jesus Christ. And whether that offends you or not, I hope it doesn't, but it's what I believe. And since I'm going to teach, I'll just share with you. That's the only way to really truly have abundant life. But Isagenix is the best tool, the best vehicle I've ever seen in the world for everyone to have financial and time freedom. And I believe that with all my heart. So that's the end of my training. I'm going to stop and answer any questions here. So let me stop the recording.
Beautiful and so succinct. And it gives us so much ability to focus our energies on just those 3 opportunities to plug in, right? So on Mondays, plugging into the associate call. On Wednesdays, putting all the energy towards inviting as many people as possible to that Wednesday call. And then on Saturdays, and I'm just going to correct it a little bit, it's less of a training. It won't be a formalized training that any of you guys see from me. What I really want to do with this space is have it. It's going to replace what, we do our daily power hour. So we're going to have one big Saturday power hour. And really, if any of you have participated in the power hour, you know that what we do is we get on, we ask any question we might have. I want you to decide what we get trained on. So when you get on that power hour on Saturday at noon, you get to drive the agenda. You ask the questions. You decide what you need help with. You decide, what you want support with. I will give you any and everything I have. And then we go to work, right? We go to work. We do the do. You pick up your penny app. You send out your follow-ups. You make phone calls. But again, it's all about learn, then do, and eventually you're going to teach it. Learn it and do it, and eventually you're going to teach it. And so that Saturday power hour, I'm crazy excited about that because I think it's going to give more people an opportunity to really plug in and to utilize that time to continue to grow and expand what they're doing. So Chuck, I am excited. I am grateful for you, taking a stand saying, hey, let's streamline this. Let's make sure that we have 3 powerful places for people to connect to get exactly what people have already raised their hands saying that they need it. So I'm super, super duper excited about that. And then guys, the last thing I'll say is, I love just the timing of it all because it's timed, like Chuck said, at the biggest point in our business. And so, for the next November and December, this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to put our heads down and then we can evaluate what's going to make sense for January and February and so on and so forth. Right?
Good job, Cece. Thank you.